Welcome to Doctors of the Past. In this video, we will tackle the invention and evolution of roller coasters. Stay with us, subscribe, and thank you very much for your time. One of the most popular attractions at fairs and theme parks has its origins in 15th century Russia. There, wooden sleds were used to descend structures made of the same material and covered in ice. These early ice slides became popular in St. Petersburg around 1750, reaching considerable heights. Royalty soon incorporated them into their leisure time. The first was commissioned by Empress Elizabeth of Russia between 1753 and 1756 at Tsarskoye Selo. Its architectural design was handled by Bartolomeo Francesco Rastrelli, while Andrei Konstantinovich Nartov managed the engineering and mechanics. A decade later, Catherine II the Great commissioned Antonio Rinaldi to design a structure for this purpose for her personal use. In the pavilion known today as Katalnaya Gorka, or Sliding Mountain, the Italian engineer adapted the concept to function year-round without relying on ice. This evolution involved installing permanent rails and sled carts equipped with wheels, designed with the same elegance and opulence as the rest of the complex. This laid the foundations for the mechanical system we know today. The building consisted of 3 floors, totaling 33 meters in height. The slide's departure platform was attached to the 3rd level and featured 3 rails. The central one, with a complex shape, was for sliding down, while the side rails were intended to hoist the sled back up to the platform. The entire structure, built of wood, rested on a colonnade 532 meters long and 22 meters high. Its current name in most languages was not established in Europe until the early 19th century, when France adopted the idea. Since the inspiration came from Russia, they were called Montagnes Russes, or Promenades Aériennes. In 1817, the ramps at the Beaujon Garden reached speeds of 60 kilometers per hour from a height of 25 meters. They were the first to offer a closed circuit, allowing passengers to chain together several laps without needing to stop. However, the true commercial transformation of roller coasters occurred in the United States during the second half of the 19th century. For this, we must go back to 1827, when the Mauch-Chunk Switchback Railway was built in Pennsylvania to transport coal from the mines to the valley. The carts, loaded with 1.5 tons of ore, reached speeds of 80 kilometers per hour, driven solely by gravity. Mules were subsequently used to tow them back to the top. When the mines were depleted in the 1970s, the railway was converted into a massive tourist attraction, carrying over 30,000 passengers in 1873. A decade later, in 1884, Lamarcus Adner Thompson patented the gravity switchback railway for exclusively recreational use, earning him the title of the father of the American roller coaster. This attraction, installed at Coney Island, was a slow, gravity-driven structure that traversed artificial landscapes at about 10 kilometers per hour. Although it was not the first design in the US, its commercial success sparked a frenzy for these attractions in the early 20th century. Engineer Lena Beecher took it a step further in 1888, designing and patenting the Flip-Flap Railway, also for New York's famous amusement park. Her main innovation was the installation of a loop where the cars were inverted for a brief moment. However, the tight radius of the curve caused numerous neck injuries. Regarding materials, wood was the predominant element until the mid-20th century, with designers hiring local construction firms to build structures on site. The radical shift occurred in 1953, when the Italian company Pinfari introduced the first all-steel roller coaster, driven by a shortage of wood in the Emilia-Romagna, Veneto, and Lombardy regions. Italy became a hub of innovation thanks to its solid background in manufacturing fairground rides. In 1959, the concept was adopted and perfected by the newly opened Disneyland Park in California with the Matterhorn bobsleds attraction. The company Aerodynamics created the tubular steel track, which allowed for much tighter curves and maneuvers impossible for wooden structures, such as complete inversions and corkscrews. The last major milestone occurred in 2002 with the incorporation of linear synchronous motors, which used magnetic principles of attraction and repulsion to suddenly accelerate the train, eliminating the need for a large initial drop. Controlling these motors requires high-precision computers that reverse the polarity of the electromagnets on the track in a matter of milliseconds to propel the train forward. That concludes today's dose. If you enjoyed it, check our channel for more tablets. Next week, we will delve into the Truthless War.